Hey, Happy New Year from MVP Realty Group. I'm Matthew Plummer. And if you have been wondering what to expect in this market, so has everybody else. And so I'm going to try to give you a real quick rundown of what to expect. We start by looking backward a little bit. That's how we always do it, right? And so for the past several years, affordability has been the real issue, hasn't it? We had artificially low interest rates provided by our government, which then made everybody want to buy, which then drove up the prices. And then all of a sudden, they pulled the rug out from under us, raised the interest rates, prices stayed high, and affordability really sucked, quite frankly. So, what I'm here to tell you is that everybody who's been waiting on the sideline for something to change, well, it's already changed. We're about 1% lower in interest rate from a year ago. That means that things are more affordable to buyers. It also means they have more buying power, and we're starting to see more buyers awaken and come to grips with the fact that this is our new normal. 6% is a good and normal interest rate. And for those of you who have a mortgage that's 3% or something, and you thought you're going to die there in that home with that mortgage interest rate, but things have changed. Well, the good news is it's doable. It's now more affordable. We also have moderation of prices. And in fact, it's going to be very geographically influenced, I would say, this year across the nation, but also even within the Pacific Northwest. You know, we're part of one of the largest networks of brokers in the country, the Northwest Multiple Listing Service. And there are areas in our system, in those areas that have a majority of higher priced homes, they actually saw an average backslide of their end of year prices compared to 2024. Just a little bit, but that's not what we experienced here in Thurston County. So that's why you gotta have an expert here to guide you and help you to understand this local market. And don't get too caught up in all the national news, because you'll see in the national news that inventory, for example, went up 15% over the course of 2025. Well, I'm here to tell you that inventory here in Thurston County, for example, went up 51%. That's a lot more inventory. And as you'll see in the graphic we provided here for you too, for our comparison of 2024 to 2025, that sales didn't increase commensurately. In fact, less than 1% increase in sales last year compared to 2024, but a 50% increase in inventory. So what does that mean? Well, it means that buyers have more choice. That's good for buyers. It's good for a market in general to have choice. But it also means for sellers that you got to price it right. You got to prepare your property so that it's competitive in style and in condition. There are so many different aspects that a buyer looks at when they're buying, and the fact of the matter is they're comparison buying. So if there's another option that they see as a better value at that moment in time, they're going to go to that option. So we got to help you to be the best option in the market for that segment of market, and that only happens locally. So that's the type of advice that we provide everybody. So yeah, better interest rates for buyers is good. More affordability for sellers. It's a good time to make that move so that, see, we're expecting prices to moderate as well. We're not expecting prices to drop or values to decrease, but we're also not expecting them to spike either. We're going to moderate probably maybe a modest 1.5 to 2% increase over this year. So it also means you can take your time. You can really evaluate your options. And we're never in any hurry for our clients to make a decision. And it's actually going to be kind of nice that we don't have to warn them that if you don't make a decision right now, it probably isn't going to happen. That's not the landscape anymore, and that's really a gift. We really prefer this type of market because these are big decisions that everybody is making. So we've got sustainable growth that we're expecting to occur over the course of this coming year, probably 1.5 to 2% or so. And we're also expecting, because of the better affordability, because of the availability of inventory, we're expecting people to enter the marketplace and for sales, the number of sales in 2026 to increase significantly compared to the last 2 years. In fact, we're expecting that the sales this year will in 2026 will be more than the last 2 years had in sales. So it's significant. It's a big change that is happening slowly. And that those really are the best changes, aren't they? They're the slow change. And now they're starting to come into focus. And if you're thinking about making a move, this year is probably going to be one of the better years to do so because things are just a little bit more stable and you can kind of find your footing and put a plan together and achieve that goal of that move that you want to make. So if we can help you or someone you care about, please don't hesitate to reach out. We always appreciate your trust and your referrals, and we're always here to assist you. Until next time, God bless.